Jordan's house?
Yes, it is. You must be Miss Jennings from the magazine. Follow me. I'll take you in to see him. Mr. Hardine's in the backyard. I'll take you over there in just a minute. Let me just finish this stuff, okay? When I first started working here, there was dust bunnies everywhere. And I don't just mean dust bunnies. I mean dust rabbits, like the crap you find in the clothes dryer. I don't think the lady cleaned as well as I do. Not that he'd care. He never comes inside the house. As a matter of fact, I don't think he's been in the house in years.
So he never comes inside?
No, he never leaves the yard. He sleeps on the hammock, smokes on the porch, and waters that lawn like there's no tomorrow. I bring him his food, I bring him his mail, I do his laundry, pay his bills, clean his house. You'd think we're married. The bunny is good. I don't ask where he gets it from. He doesn't work. I guess somebody gave it to him.
How does he change clothes?
I bring him his laundry. He showers with the hose and dresses by the back door. I just bring him a fresh basket every week, and he picks what he likes.
And how does he...
Poop? He's picked a corner in the backyard. I think he pees there, too. The fence is tall enough that no one can see him doing his business. Frankly, I don't like to think about it. All he does is eat hamburgers, and he smokes like a chimney. It's a wonder he's still alive.
Keep off the grass, please.
Looks a little spotty to me. No offense.
That's not really the point. How can I help you?
Gabby Lovato called me. I'm here for our interview. She set it up for this afternoon, told me I could just drop by.
Oh, right, the lady with the magazine. So many people have talked to me about my yard work, it's hard to remember who's who. We can talk over on the deck to keep off the grass. You seem like a good reporter.
I'm a writer, not a reporter.
Well, it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, you seem like a pretty good one to me. Times sure have changed. I remember when reporters used to just report the news, you know? They just tell you about what happened. Nowadays, they seem to want to make the news or even be the news. I've seen those shows where they have those so-called experts, where all they do is yell at each other. That's not the news. It's everybody's opinion about the news. I remember when we landed on the moon, nobody shared their opinion about it. They just showed the pictures and told you it happened. But that's not the way things are now. So I don't watch the news, and I don't usually like reporters. But I like you just fine.
So I take it this isn't the first time somebody's dropped by to discuss your yard with you.
Oh no, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last.
I understand you've won prizes in the past for your skills?
Yeah, there were a few toys for the shelves to be sure. But that's not really what it's all about.
I'm a bit confused because looking around, your yard looks a bit unremarkable.
You know, like many things, looks can sometimes be deceiving.
What interests you besides gardening or lawn care?
You know, I like sports, especially baseball.
Who's your favorite team?
Nah, it's not so much a team nowadays, but the players. But I can certainly name my favorite moment, that's for sure.
And what would that be?
Well, the Dodgers versus the Yanks, of course. The Subway Series. The best series ever.
I don't know much about baseball.
Brooklyn versus the Bronx.
Aren't the Dodgers from Los Angeles?
Not originally, but yeah, there's something about that game just doesn't get old. I'll never forget Jackie Robinson's slide on the Yogi Berra's tag at home plate.
How old are you?
Old enough to know it's rude to ask.
And why is it that you live in your yard?
It just seems like the right thing to do. I'm overly sentimental, I guess.
Hello, have I reached Dr. Amaran?
Yes.
And you're the resident gerontologist?
Yes, ma'am. How can I help you?
Thank you for taking my call. I'm working on a story for Garden and Landscaping Digest, and I wanted to ask you a few questions about maximum lifespans.
For plants?
Oh, no, for people.
I'm sorry, you're with a gardening magazine?
Yes, I know this seems odd, but have you ever encountered a person who seems very young for how old they are?
People can appear younger than they are, yes.
What about someone who looks maybe 50 or 60 tops, but is really 130, maybe more?
Right. Look, I'm very busy.
I'm sorry, please, if you could just answer.
Basically, aging is caused by the inability of cells to divide. It's just cell damage over time. So if a person's cells were somehow altered to continue dividing, they could retain a relatively youthful appearance for many years, but I've never heard of such a thing in a person. Since certain cells in the body never change or split, I suppose it's possible for someone to have a hereditary trait, where all of their cells are similarly resistant. But that would make a person, in effect, biologically immortal.
Miss Jennings,
Gabby, what are you doing here? You scared me.
I had to see you privately, so I waited till you left your office. He's gone, Miss Jennings. He's gone. He left early this morning.
What? Where did he go?
Did you tell someone about the yard? Did you tell someone about it being special? Did you put in your damn story? You don't understand. He's gone for good. He's a very private man. This has affected him greatly. You betrayed his trust. This is a letter. This is all he left behind.
Gabriella, I want to thank you for all you've done to make my life here comfortable, especially considering my condition. I appreciate your willingness to spend so many of your days sitting in my house, much like Mrs. Mills before you. Though painful, I realize it's time for me to go. It angers me, Gabriella, that the world around me has not changed. After so many years, I would think others would learn to recognize patterns and to learn from their mistakes and not repeat them. I have lived out these years hoping that someday this power God has gifted this land would help somehow bring my wife back, who, rest her soul, after leaving the land and passing away, still lies buried in the southwest corner of the grounds as she has since 1894. Back then, you could look out on the horizon and see nothing but the earth for miles. I can no longer see the earth, Gabriella, for all my wanting. In spite of my care, my Anna has not returned, and so I go. May you receive many blessings. The home is yours, as are all my belongings. You have cared for them in my absence. Please watch over her as well. Yours, Federico Jardín.